trying to stay calm, smiled faintly. "It's just rumors. Don't worry." But her shaking hands told another story. That night, when the salon closed, the staff discovered something chilling. In the break room, taped to the inside of the refrigerator door, was a single Polaroid. It showed the exterior of Radiance Nails, taken from across the street just hours earlier. The handwriting scrawled on the bottom read, "See you soon." Police analyzed the photo, but there were no fingerprints. The film was new, bought just days earlier at a local store. Detectives pulled security footage from the store, and sure enough, a man in a dark hoodie had purchased the film. His head was down, face never caught on camera. On my practice hand, I'm applying another set, this time stiletto shape. It's sharp, dramatic, and honestly, the perfect style for a story like this. Sharp nails, sharp clues, sharp danger. The same kind Jasmine's friends swore she'd been eyeing just before she disappeared. By Thursday night, the officers were restless. No one had seen anything unusual, but the tension was building like a storm about to break. Maria, now living states away, even called Radiance Nails after hearing the news. Her voice cracked through the phone. If he says Friday, he means Friday. Don't take it lightly. When Friday finally arrived, the salon opened at 9 a.m. as usual. Clients trickled in, though many canceled last minute, spooked by the rumors. The nail techs worked quietly, every clink of a polish bottle sounding louder than usual, every movement exaggerated in the silence. At exactly 6:45 p.m., the same time Jasmine had walked into Bella Lux the night she vanished, the salon door jingled. Everyone froze. A man in a gray hoodie stepped inside, his hands buried deep in his pockets. He didn't speak. He just walked slowly toward the polish rack, scanning the colors as if searching for something only he knew. And then, without looking up, he said in a low, familiar voice, "Who's ready to finish their set?" By the way, while I'm telling this story, a lot of people have been asking where I get my nails and gloss from. They're actually from a site that sells press-on nails that look like a salon set and lip glosses that keep your lips soft and shiny all day. Super easy, super affordable. You can check them out anytime. The air inside Radiance Nails thickened as every tech froze mid-motion. The soft hum of nail drills stopped. Bottles of polish clinked as trembling hands set them down. The man in the gray hoodie didn't look up. He simply ran his fingers across the rows of colors, pausing on a deep, blood-red shade. One of the techs, mustering courage, asked, "Do you have an appointment?" The man chuckled under his breath, a sound that made the room colder. "I've had one for a while now," he replied softly. The words didn't make sense, but they didn't have to. Everyone knew who he was. Detectives posted outside had been briefed to wait for suspicious behavior. But through the salon window, the man looked like a normal customer browsing colors. The officers hesitated, unsure if this was the moment to strike. Inside, the man finally turned around. His hood shadowed most of his face, but his mouth was visible, curling into a slow smile. He raised his hand and tapped one finger against the table nearest to him, mimicking the motion of someone impatiently waiting for their nails to be done. "Well?" he asked. "Don't keep me waiting." On my practice hand here, I'm pressing down the nail for that perfect bond. 15 seconds is all it takes. And that's all it felt like in the salon, too. 15 seconds stretched into an eternity. Everyone paralyzed by fear, no one daring to move. Finally, one of the clients let out a sharp gasp, breaking the silence. The man tilted his head toward her and whispered, "You'd look good in stiletto tips." He then reached into his pocket, and for a split second, everyone thought he was pulling a weapon. But instead, he pulled out a small plastic bag. Inside was a single nail, painted jet black, glossy, and perfectly filed. He placed it gently on the nearest station, then slid it toward the stunned tech. "Finish it," he said, his voice low and deliberate. Detectives, seeing the movement, rushed in. The salon erupted into chaos as officers stormed the room, shouting commands. But by the time they reached the man, the hoodie was on the floor, and the door was swinging open. He had slipped out in the panic, vanishing into the Friday night crowd. The bag with the nail was collected as evidence. And once again, DNA confirmed the worst. It belonged to Jasmine. Somehow, after nearly a year, the stalker still had her belongings, and he was taunting them, one nail at a time. And as the salon staff huddled together in shock, one thought lingered like a shadow over everyone's mind. If he was bold enough to walk into a crowded salon under surveillance, what would he do next? As this mystery unfolds, I can't help but notice how much confidence a good set of nails and the right gloss can bring. That's why I love sharing my favorite press-on nails and glosses. They're stylish, comfortable, and perfect if you like, switching up your look without the salon prices. You can find them through the link in my bio. The detectives spread through the streets outside, but it was like chasing smoke. Witnesses claimed they saw a man sprint through the alley, others swore he walked calmly into the night. No one could agree on his direction, as if he had melted into the city itself. Back inside, the staff stared at the black nail left behind. It gleamed under the harsh salon lights, sinister and elegant all at once. One of the younger techs whispered, "It looks fresh, like it was just polished." That detail sent a chill down every spine. Had the stalker been working on Jasmine's nails all this time? I'm switching my practice hand now to a sleek, coffin shape, clean, sharp edges, polished to perfection, the exact kind of nail you'd expect to see in a salon like this. Or maybe left behind as a signature by someone who wanted to remind you they were always a step ahead. As officers packed up evidence, one client who had been hiding near the back revealed something that made everyone's blood run cold. She swore that when the man first walked in, she saw faint streaks of what looked like red paint, or maybe blood, on the cuff of his hoodie. Nobody wanted to believe it, but nobody could shake the image either. And then, just as the salon prepared to close down for the night, the phone rang. The caller ID flashed with a blocked number. A voice distorted through static spoke a single sentence. Friday was only the beginning. The salon went dead silent after the phone call. The line cut before anyone could respond, leaving only the hum of the nail drill still plugged in but unused. Everyone exchanged uneasy glances, realizing the stalker wasn't just outside anymore, he had their number. Detectives immediately traced the call, but the signal had bounced through multiple towers, leading nowhere specific. Whoever this was, he knew how to stay invisible. That made him even more dangerous. I'm applying a fresh set of glossy nude press-ons to my fake hand now, and it's giving that clean, innocent vibe, kind of like how the salon once felt before the darkness started creeping in. But now, even the softest shades couldn't cover the tension clinging to Radiant's nails. Late that night, when the last detective left, one of the techs noticed something strange. A sticky note had been slid under the glass door. No one saw who left it. Written in jagged handwriting were the words, "You can polish over secrets, but you can't hide the cracks." The techs huddled together, terrified. Was this a threat? Or a clue? One of the senior employees remembered that a backroom wall had been patched hastily years ago after the salon's renovation. For the first time, everyone wondered what might be behind it. The next morning, with permission from the owner, workers carefully peeled back a section of drywall in the break room. What they found made stomachs turn. A row of old Polaroid photos sealed inside the wall, each one showing different women sitting in salon chairs mid-manicure. Their faces were frozen in uneasy half-smiles, as if they had been forced to pose. Among the photos was one unmistakable face, Jasmine. She was alive in the picture, staring straight into the camera with eyes wide, fearful, and pleading. The back of the photo was marked with a number 7. I'm filing the edges of the press-ons now, shaping them sharp like daggers. That's exactly how this discovery cut through everyone's hearts, because if Jasmine was number 7, then how many more came before her? And who came after? The police bagged the photos for evidence, but something felt off. They weren't aged or yellowed. They were recent, less than a year old, which meant the stalker had been using the salon itself as part of his hunting ground. While we're getting into this story, I know someone's going to ask about my nails and gloss. They always do. These press-ons feel just like a salon set, and the gloss keeps lips shiny without being sticky. If you're into beauty that's quick, cute, and budget-friendly, everything's linked in my bio. And just when everyone thought they had uncovered his biggest secret, the power in the entire salon flickered and shut off. In the pitch-black darkness, the illuminated salon sign outside buzzed back to life with a faint glow. And on the glass door, in smeared red polish, a fresh message appeared. Bunten is next.